My name is K.T. Robbins.
What were you doing before the war?
I was a farmer, worked on a farm. We had 140 acres of land, and we had 4 houses on it. And we worked at a farm. And we were close to a river. We had a great time. We had a big farm. We raised everything. We raised cotton, corn, hay, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Where
Yeah.
was that farm?
It's in Union County, Mississippi. Pretty close to New Albany, Mississippi. New Albany was the biggest town. The county seat was called Etta. Just one store down close to Oxford line. But that's it. New Albany was the biggest town.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody went to New Albany. Yeah.
Do you remember where you were when Pearl Harbor was attacked?
Yeah. When Pearl Harbor was attacked, I had done maneuvers. I was in the Army. Done maneuvers down in Louisiana. I was on the coast coming all the way back to New York.
Mm-hmm.
My company was taking upstate New York. So we was going around the coast. We was in Wilmington, North Carolina. And we stopped there for the night. And we stopped at a big football field. And we put up our tents. We had just small tents. Ones just right on the ground. Called pup tents. And we had a big fire going. About twice as long as that couch. And we were getting cold on December the 7th. Big fire going, we had a big radio going on it. It was really, and the radio was going all of a sudden the radio stopped. And it says, folks, Japan bombed Pearl Harbor. That's where we was at when that happened. But anyway, we spent the night and we got on back to our station upstate New York. I was there about 2 weeks. They called me in and said, they called you by your last name, Robbins, all the time. And whatever rank you had. I was a staff sergeant. I said, Sergeant, you're going to Fort Dix, New Jersey, and you're going on a training program, and you're going to be a baker. Yeah, you're going to be a baker. I was in the infantry company. So they sent me that there. I spent 3 months. I come back to the company. And went back to Fort Dix, New Jersey. And we formed a company. Then we got the company. We got with the Third Army. We followed them all the way through the war. Even through Pearl Harbor and all of that.
Yeah.
So I volunteered.
You volunteered? Okay.
I volunteered.
When was that?
Really in 39, but I didn't sign up till January the 4th of that year. But I was up there in Atlanta, Georgia.
When did you first go overseas?
Overseas?
Yes, sir.
Well, I have a station in Fort Dix, New Jersey with a company. They sent me to Iceland. I spent 3 months in Iceland. And they sent us over there. We were making bread then at a coal company. Went over and we wasn't in the war yet. But we were sending a lot of stuff over to England. And the Germans were knocking all the boats off. They sent us over to stop that. Like we did, because I were going to stop the Germans. We put the border patrol out and stopped it. We finally got rid of the Germans. We went on to England. We stayed there not very long, maybe a couple of months. That's when the war started in France. And that's what we got was Third Army in France for the rest of our life. Yeah.
Do you remember what type of weapons or equipment you were trained on?
Well, when I first went to the Army, they had a bolt-action rifle. I was there 2 weeks. The M1 come in. After that, I got a carbine, 30 caliber carbine. I had the carbine all the rest of the time.
Which one was your favorite?
I was the carbine better.
Carbine.
Yeah.
What were your everyday living conditions like?
Well, was out in the field. Well, it was ground. Each guy had one partner. And you and the partner stay together all the time.
Yeah.
When it comes to go to bed, you had this little pup tent. You fixed it and you crawled in it. The first thing you do is to build a trench around him. So if it rained, it wouldn't get wet. Water come around him. But it's a tip that went over that high. You crawled in him. Yeah. Otherwise, we come across a burned down building or something other, we use a building at night. Instead of using tents, we go use a building, set up as a building. We did that where we could. Other times we did it on the field. Yeah.
What did you do in your free time, like to entertain yourself?
Well, didn't have much to do. I come and have a little something to get together, maybe. Couldn't do much of anything. Yeah.
Do you remember where you were stationed first? I think you.
Where I stationed first? I guess the first place was Fort Dix, New Jersey. Yeah, yeah.
And you said you were a baker during the war?
Well, I was a baker for part of the war. For about a year and a half, I was in the infantry company. Yeah. That's when we did maneuvers in Louisiana and all that kind of stuff.
Did you get any letters from home while you were serving?
I got letters all the time.
How'd
Yeah.
you feel about that?
I love letters.
Yeah. Did you carry any reminders of home with you, like pictures or anything?
I didn't have much.
You didn't have much.
No.
Did you have a favorite song while you were serving? Like anyone you heard on the radio?
I liked them all.
Yeah.
I liked all the songs. I love the song. I like to dance.
I heard that you were there on Utah Beach.
Utah Beach, yeah?
Yeah. When did you first arrive there? Do you remember?
Well, I got to Utah Beach. I got off there. We went there to Iceland, yeah. I stayed in Iceland for about 3 months and we got transferred to England. Got to get ready for the big deal. Yeah. Iceland was just a small deal. Yeah. Utah Beach was enormous. Beach was probably 30 miles long, maybe longer.
Do you remember when you first got onto the beach?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. We was on a boat, we got on Utah Beach. Yeah, got off. Yeah.
Were you there on D-Day, June 6th?
I was down there doing all that stuff.
How'd you feel on the boat going up to Normandy?
Well, I liked the American boats. I liked the British boats. They were nasty, filthy. I stayed on deck what I could.
Do you have a favorite story from your time in service?
Favorite story?
Yes, sir.
My favorite story was I met Jeannine. Yeah.
Would you tell me about her?
Well, the way I met her, I was in a bakery then in France. And we had all our containers come in the bakery, like 5-gallon cans or lard and stuff. Everything come in, all the ingredients come in big bags, 50-pound bags. So had a lot of cans, 5-gallon cans. You empty them, you throw them out the side. We had a bunch of them piled out there. And one day I was outside, this lady come up, had a little red wagon, 2 little boys in it, babies. And they said, "Mister, can we have some of those cans?" I said, "Yeah, take them all your own. Why you going with a can?" "Well, you can't get all the lard out when they take them cans, take them home, they heat them, get the whatever lard's in there out. That's what they's doing. They take them all, they took them kind of all home, and then Mama heat them cans, get the lard out, save it. So that's what they do with the can.
Do you remember what your homecoming was like whenever you came home?
Pretty dull. I got home. I had to walk by the farm here past the end of theirs downtown. And when I got downtown, I was walking down the sidewalk, and this van come up, and a bunch of women come off the van. And that was one of the girls I've been talking to. She's in the back seat. We hugged each other, loved each other. She had her payment for the week with her. She lost it. I had to give her some money to go home. She lost her money. So anyway, we got together. 3 days we got married. 3 days. Went to her house, and she was at the house, but her brother-in-law was out at the barn milking. So she finally got her brother up there. We had a preacher with us, and he buried us right there at the house.
How did you feel when you had to leave Jeannine?
I felt sad. I didn't want to leave Jeannine, really. I got to love that woman real bad. And her family, I got to know them real well. He sat me down, and he called me a veteran, and he said, "Look, Counterboss," he says, "if you come here and marry this woman, she wants to marry you bad. Well, I'll take care of you, I'll get you a good job and everything." He was a lineman, did power lines in France. "I'll get you a good job." I said, "Well, that'd be good. But right now, I'm still with the Army, I can't do anything about it." We were thinking about it later. But I knew I was getting close to moving. He could tell stuff going on in the company. We were going to be moving soon. We was there for about 3 weeks or so, maybe more. And I told Jeannine, I said, "Look, I know I'm going to be leaving. I don't know when, but I know it's going to be soon." So they had a supper for me that night. We had a lot of good supper.
I've heard you got to see Jeannine again. How'd you feel about that?
Well, it's great. We got out, and she was sitting in a lobby. And of course, I had her dressed up here, you know, the best I could. But she was old like me. She was in her 70s. But we met, we hugged each other, loved each other, just like the first day we met. Yeah. So we had a good time.
What was your most memorable experience in the service?
Jeannine was most memorable.
What did you do after the war?
Well, I come home. I didn't know what to do. I asked my daddy, I said, "Where does everybody go work out here? Where do they go to work?" He told me a place in town. It's called Hamilton Hardware. It's a 3-story building with a big flat place for furniture. But the hardware was 3 stories high. And they did all the business for the whole Union County, really. There's other stores, but they're the main one. So I went there to get a job. So they gave me a job. So we could pay you $96 a month. I thought that, well, I guess that's pretty good money back in those days. And so I got her a job. I stayed there 5 years. That's in 1945. 1947, Ole Miss started coming to New Albany courthouse, and they put up shop at the courthouse, and I joined Ole Miss. And I started going there 3 days a week, 2 hours a night, courthouse in New Albany, where I live close to New Albany. And I did that from 1947 to 1952. That's when I found a job in Memphis already going. And I liked a little bit finishing my major. I liked about 3 months finishing, but this job come up and it's already going. And so I talked to my wife. I said, look, I said, I think we'll take this job right now. We'll maybe get back this other thing later, finish up. But we never did. But I went ahead and joined that, I bought that company down there. And we went to work in Memphis. We moved to Memphis, and we worked there for 35 years. I had a great business up. It was a big business up. Hardware and furniture. After 5 years, I gave us the furniture, and we put in 3 times as much hardware. I put in everything, big stuff, everything. And I did a great job for 35 years. Then I sold it all. That's where it all started.
Throughout your war experience, would there be anything you would have done differently?
I think it'd be the same. Yeah. I played a good role all the way. I didn't get in and tear up a lot of stuff like a lot of guys do. Run every place I could go, do everything I could do. I didn't do that. Nah. I kept the KT most of the time.
How did your life after the war compare to before the war?
I had a good life after the war. After I got business, I had a great business. I love people, and I had a great business. I went to all the manufacturers. One manufacturer come to my store one day. We had a wholesale house in South Memphis down there. That's where all the hardware went and bought merchandise. But these people come down there, they went to the wholesale house, they wanted to sell them. So you got to be in business to buy from us. They go to Robbins Hardware, he can pick you up. They come to my place. They wanted to buy something where you could pay once a month. So I said, well, you come to the right place. They were a big company, and I let them join my company. I got there, and I did a lot of business with them, but I was doing furniture and everything then. I told my wife, I said, this is the kind of business I need to get into altogether. Get rid of all the furniture, all the other stuff. All the furniture, all the appliances, get rid of all the heavy stuff and strictly hardware. And I put in all the hardware stuff that you have. Big stuff, little stuff, and everything. I bought it carload lots. And I started making money.
Is there anything your experience made you grateful for that is sometimes taken for granted?
Well, at the service, I played with the role, just let everything come back it was. I made it fine. Till I got business, and I had a good business.
Do you have any advice for the younger generations?
And advice for young people?
Yeah.
Whatever you do it well. Do it well. I don't care what it is. If it's picking up sticks or doing anything, do it the best you can. And somebody will see you, what you doing. Yeah,
Mhm.
I guarantee you, they'll find out.
Mhm.
If you do everything you can do and do it the best you can,
Mhm.
whatever job you own, do it the best you can.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying life now.
I heard you got your pilot's license.
Well, I got it for the P-51. I did
P-51.
that. P-51 is a fighter plane. I didn't get it for the big planes. That's riding
Mhm.
B-19.
Oh.
I didn't,
Oh.
I didn't graduate from high school till I was 95 years old. I went out there. I wanted to get the 3 months, and I said, well, you got to get to high school first. So what they done, they sent me a man out here 3 times a week for 3 months. I finished up 11th and 12th grade in 3 months. I took a test, got my license for that. I got my high school education at 95 years old. So never too late. So how's that for old KT?